believe it was the fall of 2016. I was asked to participate in a makeover with the local designer, Tracy Nicole, and she was giving a makeover to someone going through a cancer journey. And that's where I met Whitney. Whitney was just so bubbly and full of personality. She got the makeover and took her pictures, and I didn't know that that meeting was going to be a life-changing encounter for me. Her caretaker asked me to start visiting her in the hospital because she was there alone. Her family wasn't coming and they were out of town, and she didn't want her to have to go through that by herself. And I thought, like, how could somebody go through cancer by themselves? That's just crazy to me. So I would go see her, and when I went the first time, she said, well, can you bring your makeup? I'm like, okay. Thought it was a strange request, but I bought my makeup and I did her makeup, and she had a wig, and she put her wig on, and Whitney just felt so pretty. She was just looking at herself, oohing and on. And I would visit her periodically, and she would always talk about the future.
We were laying in bed, and she said, this hurts, and she had a lump on her breast. And so she says, well, I'm gonna go get it checked out. When she got the call, hey, you need to come in. I'm like, okay, what we need to go in for? It never dawned on her that, this was about to happen, or this was gonna be the conclusion. Once we got the results, I looked at her, and she had this look on her face, and I know what she was thinking. It's like, okay, it's kind of like an Ice Cube moment. You picked the wrong to mess with, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a hell of a fight. That's just how aggressive it was, and how much of a fighter I really realized. Because after she passed, it was a Thursday. I went home that Thursday night. Friday morning, there was a package delivered from Amazon that she had ordered. A couple of days later, more packages were coming in. So she was fighting it to the end. And the things that she ordered were like sandals and stuff for the summer coming up, because we had planned a trip, planned a cruise.
She talked about the future so much that I forgot that her cancer was terminal. We would talk about when she wanted to get married, what kind of man she wanted. We'd look at TV shows and just laugh and talk. And we did that up until she went to hospice.
My best friend, his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was in 7th grade. So heard about some stuff, but never really seen it firsthand. Then my sophomore year in high school, my mom sits me and my brother down and says, she has breast cancer and it's aggressive form, and we're gonna go from here. Having a conversation with my dad on the way to school, he was like, just have trust in God and the doctors that surround your mom right now, and we'll get through it. So that was the first part. He said to me the other day, actually yesterday, he said slow motion is better than no motion. So just trying to put one foot in front of the other, and realizing that it's not always about the destination. The journey is sometimes more important than the end goal.
Even in hospice, she would ask me to bring my makeup. I was still doing her makeup, and she was still putting on her wigs and taking pictures. And what I began to realize is that she wanted some sense of normalcy. It was her way of taking her mind off of what she was going through. Willie was only 26 years old, and she had a 6-year-old son. Whitley stayed in hospice for like over a month, and she was vibrant really up until the end. But in the end, I saw her strength and her health fade. I never saw somebody so young go through hospice. I saw my grandparents go through hospice care, but I'd never seen someone so young. And I was up at the hospice care center with Whitley up until she took her last breath. That experience for me was definitely life-changing. It made me want to help as many women as I could feel beautiful, take their minds off of what they were going through. A lot of the people that we help are terminal. So if we can bring joy in those last days, it's worth it.
The hardest part, I would say, like my brother said, is like thinking that your parents are invincible. Definitely that initial shock that you get from hearing that I have cancer. But I like to go back to, it was a movie, Deadpool. I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. It's not what cancer does to that person, it's what it does to the people around you. So I think that was the hardest part, just having to make the adjustment of learning that my parent had cancer and things were going to be a little bit different.
As a result of Whitney's passing, it moved my heart and moved my spirit to want to help as many women that were going through cancer as possible. No one should have to go through a cancer journey alone. No one should lack the resources they need to go through the journey with peace. So that had a profound, profound effect on me. And that's when I came up with the idea of beating cancer beautifully. Because beating cancer beautifully is more than just how you look. It's about how you feel. And if we can help women feel beautiful, feel courageous, feel strong, feel positive, and then also help them feel beautiful on the outside, it gives them a sense of normalcy as they're going through their cancer journey. And that's what we want to make possible for them.
I just did not see it coming at all. I felt nothing. I felt no differently than I had previously been. Actually, I thought I was feeling pretty good. I thought I was, as healthy as could be for a lady over 40. I still remember the day when I received the call. We were in the pandemic, so we were home and the children were outside and they were playing with their friends, and the phone rang and it was, we were calling to let you know that you have breast cancer. And I thought for a second and I was like, I'm sorry, my name is Yolanda McGee. Are you sure you dialed the right number? I just couldn't believe it. Know that each and every day, if you're giving your all, the next day is going to continue to be what it can be. And whatever you don't get to do today, hopefully there'll be tomorrow. But if there is no tomorrow, just know that whatever you did yesterday, you gave it your all. And that's all that can be asked of anyone. I'm happy to be here. And I'm happy to continue to fight for me and to fight for others. And I am forever grateful to Cristal C and Intentionally Beautiful for continuously being there to support the everyday struggles that I'm going through and that others are going through to continue to be pretty. I think one of the things that I think has been instrumental in me continue to get up every day and do the things that I have to do is I'm not afraid. Even with all of the things that we have going on in this world right now, I think if we can get up each and every day and regardless of what it is, not be fearful and ready to take on whatever it is that comes our way, everything's gonna be okay.
About a year after Whitley's passing, we started our first Beating Cancer Beautifully event. And I got a chance to work with so many women. We partnered with other organizations to bring beauty activities to women. And I met so many different women who had lost their jobs because of their illness, women who were struggling financially to pay their bills, women who were concerned about their children because they were the only parent. So I felt the need to expand Beating Cancer Beautifully. Ironically enough, in 2020, I myself was diagnosed with cancer.
Chris Delsey is my sister, and during her cancer journey, I was her caregiver. She moved back into my home, and I started caring for her throughout the journey and soliciting others to help throughout.
So as I was going through my own cancer journey, again, I'm witnessing the people in the waiting rooms that are going alone. I'm seeing the people who are just grieving because of their journey and the stress and all that they're having to go through. So it brought up that thought of Whitley again and how important the need for these services were. So in that, as I was going through my cancer journey, I decided it was time to expand Beating Cancer Beautifully into a nonprofit. And that's how we came up with Intentionally Pretty. Pretty is an acronym for Put Real Effort Towards Treating Yourself. And we help people in that area physically, mentally, and economically.
I think that when cancer hits, people don't think about the financial aspect of it, whether you're stage 1 or stage 4. Typically, there's going to be a lapse in employment. Some people, most people, I would guess, are not able to work at all. You have co-pays. You have additional expenses that you didn't have before. Products are extremely expensive. I'm thinking of just common things like adult wipes. There's a certain kind of cream for when you get the burn from radiation and from chemo. Cool caps for those that might be going through chemotherapy. Wigs, good wigs, not synthetic wigs, but human hair wigs. That costs a lot of money. A wig might be like $600. And then coming down to the basic things, when you're going through the journey, a lot of times the diet needs to be very specific. So, and everybody knows that eating healthy is expensive. For example, just think about the places that you might go. Think about a Panera. Think about what Panera costs compared to McDonald's. Or just health or natural juices. One bottle of natural juice might be $6. Just the expense of food.
Whitley is the perfect example of what being intentionally pretty is all about. She put real effort into feeling beautiful on the outside. She worked really hard to maintain her physical health. She's someone who would have really needed our assistance financially because she had a 6-year-old son who she would be leaving behind. African American women are dying from cancer in higher numbers than our counterparts. It's because of a lack of resources, a lack of education, and many times a lack of programs like Intentionally Pretty. It is our responsibility to help these people. There's a great need. There's a great need for our financial assistance. There's a great need for our mental health services. And there is a great need for education about cancer prevention. There's a big misconception that it takes a lot of money to help someone on a cancer journey. we're able to provide services for as little as $50. $50 covers the cost of a counseling service. $50 covers the cost of care packages for individuals going through a cancer journey. So every dollar counts, whether it's $1, $5, $50. Some people have the resources to be able to pay for several counseling services, several gift care packages, and to also help people going through a cancer journey have food, keep their lights on, keep their housing while they're going through the journey. It's vital. So every dollar matters. Imagine how many people we can help with your support. I don't think there's one person whose life hasn't been affected by cancer. Whether it's you, your loved one, a friend, everybody is impacted. The children, the husbands, the patients, everyone is impacted, and you have the opportunity to help. We've made it very easy for you to be able to help the cancer community and the individuals that we serve. Simply scan the QR code and you can contribute through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, and even through our website, www.intentionallypretty.org. Your support helps individuals like Whitley with physical, mental, and economic wellness. Your support truly makes a difference in their journey. Thank you for your donations, for spreading the word, for volunteering, and helping Intentionally Pretty provide services to the underserved in our communities. Thank you, Whitley, for inspiring me and through your life, being the catalyst to allow us to help other individuals going through a cancer journey. Your life made a huge difference.